Hey, Jolene.
Hey, Kerry.
So Jolene and I and Diana are going to be going to a big trade market next week. We're leaving Tuesday. We will be back Saturday night. And while we're there, we're going to learn some things. We're going to find lots of cool stuff to bring back with us.
Yay.
I am bringing an entire big empty suitcase so that I can stuff it full. I'm going to put a small suitcase inside the big suitcase and check the whole thing on my way out.
Smart.
Yeah.
Very smart.
But we are still knitters.
Of course.
And even though we're probably going to be busy and barely touch our stuff, we're bringing our knitting.
Of course we are.
Because you have to.
Because we're knitters.
Probably multiple projects.
Absolutely.
So we wanted to show you some of our favorite travel
necessities.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sounds good.
So, what have you got?
All right. Well, starting with yarn, I have Dream in Color Jilly for a cowl pattern in very vibrant colors. And I have some Yarn Cook, which is one of our local dyers, which I thought was vibrant until I put it next to these. And now it doesn't look so bright, but it's still a lovely color blend for a tee.
So Jolene likes to commemorate trips by casting something on. I, however, have things cast on that I need to work on. So the first thing is a sheep camp sweater. And I'm doing it out of Ultra Wool DK. Love this stuff. It's super wash. This is just a workhorse yarn, does everything, right priced, cables, color work, all the things.
You name it.
And I'm also working on, and this part's a little messy, this is a sweater by Suzanne Summer. Lizzie, I just remember the name. It's Lizzie. And I'm using 2 colors of Dream in Color Smooshie for this one. We have more Smooshie on the way shortly. Just waiting for that shipment to arrive.
Yes.
What else you got?
Can't knit without your needles. So I have a set of Luca needles, interchangeable. So I have whatever size I could need.
I have my trusty Chalgoos in about 1,000 sizes, which are in this guy right now. But I also have my traveling sock with size 1 fixed circulars, because that is my preference for socks.
Tiny needles. So then, you know, you can't knit without your notions. You gotta have all your extras. My favorite way to carry all my notions is in Coconut's new project wallet. You can see mine is getting very well worn in and loved. As you fill it up, open it up. As you fill it up, this guy expands and stands up by himself. And the more I stuff in it, the more it expands. And I just love that it holds everything I need.
Well, to begin with, I have bags inside bags. So I'm toting everything around in my Twig and Horn waxed canvas.
Love that.
Yes.
Very
We
nice.
had these over the holidays. We don't have them right now. I'm thinking maybe I will bring them back.
I think you should,
Again,
because I think
this
I need
fall.
one.
I think you might,
Yeah.
And then my traveling sock is living in a bag that has the instructions for Kitchener stitch, because even though I've made, I don't know, 100 socks,
You always need a
Still-
refresher.
still can't get it started without help.
Let's see what next. To make sure that my needles, my knitting doesn't fall off my needles as I'm shuffling them around in all these bags traveling, I have my stitch stoppers, and I have the fun little Wonder Woman ones, and then I have the, what is it called? Pac-Man. God.
You know, I tried to spell Pac-Man with a K the other day. Very proud of myself for that one.
Not how you spell it.
Well, I keep my needles from poking through stuff with one of these guys, which just slide in through that rubber gasket there. And now my very sharp, very pointy needles will not go through my canvas bag.
You know, and I heard somebody say that those are better to travel with because then on the x-ray it just looks like the metal tube and they don't see the knitting needles to maybe take them from you. Yeah. And I thought that maybe the wooden needles were better for traveling because only the end shows up. But when they're in there, you don't see the needles.
So I live and die by my chow goos, which are sharp steel tips. I have carried these on multiple flights internationally, and I've never had a problem.
Nice. Perfect.
Pro tip, don't leave the needles attached. Just put the cable on, put the cap on.
Perfect.
And they are going to be a little less likely to worry it's a sharp object.
Excellent. My next item is the little wooden needle keeper because, you know, you finish your project or you have ends to weave in, and I've got all of my, not just the ones that came with it, I've got all of the needles in there. Pick a size, any size. I have any size you could possibly ever need. And I love the little durable case that they come in.
That is definitely durable. Okay, this thing has lots of pockets. It's got 4 big ones on the outside, bunch of small ones on the inside. Can't find the pocket I'm looking for. Here we go. So, instead of the coconut's notion pouch, I carry all my bits and pieces in one of these. It's got lots of small compartments, so I've got stitch markers, my needles, keeper cords, some other bits and pieces, and randomly a Portuguese knitting pin.
Why not?
Because why not? Yeah, yeah.
I have my favorite row keeper, which is the Coconut's row keeper. It has a lock on it so that as it's in your bag, it won't get pressed. I hope I didn't need that for anything. I haven't started my project, so I shouldn't need it. I did pull it from another project, so hopefully I didn't just lose it, but
I'll count for you if there's a problem.
Okay. So now I can't press it when that's locked. And you can always turn the dial to set it back to 0. And because it's coconuts, everything's magnetic, so it's got the metal thing on the back, and I can put it into my project wallet on anything that is metal, and it hangs out in there and doesn't fall.
Very nice. Because you need 1,000 tape measures and rulers, I keep one of these Chow Goo rulers on me. It's 5 inches, which is plenty to measure a gauge swatch. It's got all the needle sizes, and it's very thin, very light, takes up no space at all.
It doesn't weigh anything either.
Nope.
Perfect.
Not a bit.
Love it. I have a little tin that has all of my, coconut stitch markers.
All of them -1.
All of them -1. And again, these are all metal as well, so I could put them in my project wallet with a magnet and they will all just stick right together. But I like having them in this little tin so that I can get to them easier.
Do you have anything else?
That can go right in my
There you go.
project wallet. I do.
Oh, well, I've got a bunch of stuff too.
Okay.
So, I've taken a lot of things out of their original packaging, but one of the things you'll see there is these keeper cords.
Love them.
They come with 2 30-inch and 1 60-inch. I probably should have silenced that. And since I'm working on 2 sweaters and both of them are getting close to the point where I'm going to have to hold the sleeves, I'm going to need these. And then I also have a bunch of other little things which I've taken out of these packages and put in here.
Nice, go for it.
So the first one is because you need a bazillion stitch markers. We've got some rainbow stitch markers, help you mark different places where you need to start, stop. So you've got markers that are different. They come on this ring. You can keep them on there, or you can do what I did and break them up. I've got some needle huggers in here. They're these, there we go. Come here, you. I don't know if you can see this. They're these tiny little rubber loops that you can slide down on your needles. Keep those guys together.
Nice. I like those.
Yeah.
Cool.
And then the last thing that I have in here, in addition to all the other folding scissors, darning needles, stoppers for the cords, a very cute bat stitch marker that somebody made me,
Very nice.
is these cable locks. Super convenient for, there we go, this part, for when you're doing things like switching needles, clamping around the end of one, if you're binding off a shawl with 700 some odd stitches around the outside. This is really helpful on your cable to kind of slide everything up so you're not
having
just,
to
just keep it all together and
yep.
not make you crazy.
Yes. I just used that for the first time and I was like, ah,
Awesome.
love it.
Yep.
Yep.
You can also use them on your keeper cords to keep them from like sliding out when you're trying something on.
Actually, it's good because my keeper cords always come untied under the arms, so just slide one on there and then don't have to worry about tying it.
Exactly.
Perfect.
Anything else?
Yes, I have this little lantern moon. I never went and looked at what the name of the thing is.
Mindy, maybe?
Oh yes, you're right. It is the Mindy sleeve. Yes.
I can't remember a human being's name, but that one I got.
It has a little magnet closure, and inside the flap covers up all the little pockets. And two of my favorite tools that are in there are the Lantern Moon rescue hook, repair hook, rescue hook. I'm not sure which one it was. It's a size 3 crochet hook, and that slides right in there. And then these little finishing needles. I love these. They have the big wire eyes to thread your yarn through, and it's so much easier than those, but I use those for weaving in at the ends. I use this for in between.
It's also got a big enough loop you can put a bulky yarn in it, which you can't for a lot of darning needles.
Right. That is that, and then my projects go in my little bag that I made.
Say again, who made it?
I made it.
And it's awesome. All right. So this is what's going to be taking up all our carry-on space on our way out there, but we will probably share some videos while we're there, some pictures, show you what we're up to, see what kinds of cool stuff we've been finding,
Yay.
Including things that probably aren't relevant here, but we think are pretty cool anyway. All right.
Because we can appreciate all of the crafts, even though we're knitters.
Yeah, I mean, long arm sewing machine is probably not something I'm ever going to need in my life.
No, but it's a pretty
but
cool
they're really
thing.
cool. All right, everyone. Thanks for hanging out with us. Thanks for looking at all our carry-on items.
Yes. I need to go wind my yarn.
Yeah, you do. Yeah. And you guys have a good week.